Hello YouTube, this is Brian Goines again, and I'm making this second video to pretty much explain and discuss three topics that I feel are detrimental to the enhancement and advancement of, or lack of advancement in the African American community. I feel like these topics are essential to discuss and break down so we can tackle the issues that confront us in our communities, in our neighborhoods. But before I do that, I'd like to clarify and reiterate what we do and who we are at Reform and Progress. As I said in my first video, Reform and Progress is a solution-based organization as well as a grassroots group, meaning that we want to be hands-on and proactive in the communities and in the neighborhoods as they pertain to African Americans. We also want to reach out and help any other group or any other organization within the communities, as long as they unify or have the goal of unifying so we can solve some of these issues in the community. Now, with that being said, I'd like to go ahead, as I said at the beginning of the video, I want to break down three key elements that are, in my opinion, not being discussed in the African American community. The power structure in America and the leadership in America has failed us. And these three issues, I think these three issues are the reason, mostly or mainly the reason why. And those issues are political oppression, economic exploitation, and social degradation. So the first topic we'll discuss is, and I want to educate you on, is political oppression. Political oppression is pretty much just what it sounds like, to continue to keep a certain people or a certain group or a certain class of people at a certain level, whether it be for profit or whether it be for voting or advancing whatever agenda politicians may have. And I think this is somewhat due to the political immaturity in our neighborhoods and in our community. And when I say immaturity, I just mean that we don't know, or we feel as if it doesn't matter that we don't know because we doesn't feel that it applies to us, which is ironic because that's what a politician is. He's supposed to look and he's supposed to be active and be proactive for us. So I really want to break down specific job duties and also what a politician is supposed to do. In a nutshell, what a politician is supposed to do, or the job description of a politician, is to work for you. Make sure that your human rights, your civil rights, as well as your natural rights are not disturbed. I think the power structure in America has manipulated through through the media as well as through certain forms of political agendas, how to, or making us believe, the citizens of America believe, especially the African American citizens believe, that we should work for the government and we should be for the government, and it should be the other way around. They should be providing for us. They should be promoting or providing for us. They should be doing what they're supposed to do, which is making sure that our lifestyle is or protecting us, and our lifestyle and the way in which we live and our rights are not apprehended or not seized or not taken advantage of, which they pretty much do the most as far as taking advantage of that. Now, what we have to do in the African American community is, when we put our support behind a politician, you see a politician or you have a politician come into your community or come into your church, and they tell you or they explain to you what they do and how they plan to do it, and they want your vote and they want your money, you have to make sure, and we have to make sure, that we have certain stipulations within his or her plan, whoever it is, whatever representative it is, whether it's on the local level, on a state level, or a national level. We have to make sure what's in it for us. What do we benefit from this? And it sounds selfish, or it sounds sort of naive, but every other race does this. They may not want to admit to it, or they may not want to accept it, but that's what they do. And I feel we are where we are, besides the fact that we didn't take the time to actually educate ourselves on how to create jobs and how to create schools for ourselves after integration. I feel as if that's a pertinent problem within the community. So we have to make sure when they come, as well as creating our own political parties and social clubs that unite us and have the community or some representative from the community that has the community's best interests at heart. I think that is essential that we do that on the political front. The next topic that I'd like to discuss is economic exploitation. And what I mean by that is we promote and we support almost everyone else but ourselves, our community. And we wonder why our community is rotten or it's deteriorating from the inside out. Whenever you take your money outside of the community, you take away from jobs within the community and the neighborhoods within those communities. You take away from the education. You take away from pretty much controlling everything within your community under the pretext of integration. And as I said, I'm not a segregationist. I'm not an integrationist. I am for the upliftment and the enhancement of the African American communities. That's what I am for, and that's what we are for here, as well as others. Anyone that's oppressed. I'm against anyone being oppressed, but being that I belong to the African American or the black or Negro, whatever you connect yourself to, this culture, I feel as if I want to help us first. And I have not shunned out. I had someone ask me, is my organization, or does my organization allow white people or Hispanic people or Asian? Yes. If you feel like your organization or your race or your group is being oppressed, then yes, as long as you understand that our interest is the African American community. Now, if your interest is Asian or lower class whites that's being exploited and being oppressed, then yes, you can join us. As long as you know, as far as us, we are for the African American community, then that's fine. It would also be illegal if I said, no, it's only strictly for African Americans, no one else can join. No, my mission is not, or our mission is not to promote segregation or promote hatred or bigotry. That's not what we're about. We're about peace, we're about love, and we're about enhancement. Hence, reform and progress. So, back to the economic exploitation, we have to understand and we have to create and understand the importance of creating our own banks, our own job markets, and in my opinion, our own stock markets, as well as our own education system. And what that does, I say that, and what that does is pretty much allows us to control everything that goes on or comes out of our community from the perspective of us. Right now, we have so many communities and we have so many neighborhoods and we have so many social clubs that's not owned by us. They're owned by someone else, some other race. So that race or that person or that group or that corporation controls the decision making. And when you have someone that can control the decision making, control the jobs, control the economics or the social agenda, they may not be, and it has been proven that they are not at the best interest or at the center of our communities or of our jobs. So that's the importance of knowing what the social and economic exploitation is, where it is coming from, which is mainly the power structure that is America, whether it's on the political front, on the social front, or whatever. We have to understand that we have to control it. We have to control our businesses, learn how to solve our own problem, giving the chance to solve our own problem, and not allowing or waiting on any government official to do so. The last the last topic I would like to discuss is social degradation. And what that pretty much is, or what it is pretty much us not, or socially having an environment that does not or is not beneficial to us, as far as clubs, as far as political parties. So again, I say we allow others or other groups or other races to make our decisions. And when they do that, we suffer. We suffer, and we are suffering. We are suffering from that. That is the result of us not taking the initiative to come together, to unite, which Reform and Progress is doing now. We are working with other organizations to unite us and be active and proactive in joining social club. As I say, whatever club that you can join or create to join, whether you're a rapper, whether you're a ball player, whether you are a teacher, whether you're a politician. If you have any type of influence, or if you're just a concerned citizen, if you have any type of influence, understand what nationalism is, which I broke down in my first video. And pretty much nationalism is just what I said, or explained, controlling everything within your community. Anything that brings us together. And this, like I said, this is just one solution. If you or disagree or you don't understand nationalism, you can join whatever group or create whatever group you feel like is the best solution for you and those around you as far as your neighborhood, and we will support you and allow you or your group or your organization to support us. It's a collective. We have to do this collectively. It's not just, if you don't do this or you don't have this solution, then we don't want to work with you. No, I think that's a big problem within our community and within the confines of our neighborhoods. We are a family. We are a family, so we have to act accordingly. And being that we are a family, I feel as if we, especially black men, I'm speaking directly to black men, we need to start standing up. We do have men that take care of their responsibilities, whether it's socially, whether it's family oriented, but you don't see them because we don't control our own media outlets so people can see this. The only time, or mostly what we see, whether it's on Fox or MSNBC or any other media outlet, it's mostly negative. It's mostly negative. We have to control and create our own media outlets so we can get these statistics that's showing us improving in spite of the social and economic oppression in America as it pertains to us. We have to show people and encourage citizens, especially in the African American community. We have to encourage, and we can remove some of the stereotypes that revolve around us. We can break the chain, and we break and remove that revolving door of ignorance and of ill education and poverty. We can do this. We will do this. And as I said, we are a family. So one thing that I'm totally against and I don't agree with is us driving a wedge against each other. You see it all the time. You see black men and black women, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Facebook, posting on Facebook, whether it's Instagram or any other social network or anywhere where it can be seen, degrading each other or speaking about each other in a way that doesn't promote happiness or doesn't promote progressiveness. We have to keep it within, look at it as your family. Your neighbor is your family. He may not be your personal family, but he is your family. And we have to know that, again, I say it, as I said in my first video, I don't like to compare races, but you don't really see any other race that will get on YouTube or any other media site and degrade women as black men do. It's time for us to stand up. Whatever problems we have, or if you have problems, you have to learn how to talk to them. Communicate. Communicate with women. And I feel like once we do that, once we stand up and take back control of our communities, like we know we can, we force it, we demand it, I think we will be respected. And everyone else will fall in line, from the black woman to everyone else, to America, the same system that oppresses us. Everyone will, as when we stand up and say, we will not take this any longer. This is what we're going to do. Either we will be respected, we demand quote-unquote freedom. We're already free. So if you have to ask for freedom, you have to ask a system that thrives and profits off your oppression and off your suffering. That really makes no sense, not to me. We have to demand that. We have to take that and stand up as men, especially as black men. Take back control of our communities. Once we do that, I think everything will fall into place. So we want to be mindful of that and keep in mind that we are family. Black women, you have to understand. I see a lot of and hear a lot of things that go on, or things that are said, that's whenever you want to put money or material prosperity before human life, or before family, before a marriage, before a relationship, whenever you feel as if money is more important than that, you have a problem. You have to be re-educated on the importance of being married, or and the importance on raising a family. It takes two. It takes a mother and a father. Don't believe, or don't have your kids growing up and believing that it's acceptable and appropriate for you to continue to wear the badge of honor of single motherhood proudly. I understand. I came from a single parent home myself. I understand that men, as I said, men have to stand up. I feel like we need to stand up, and that would alleviate a lot of these problems. When you see someone that's, or some young lady or some young man that is not acting as they should, correct them. Just because they're not your son don't mean that you can't talk to them in a civil manner and point them towards the right direction. Don't get on World Star Hip Hop promoting the twerk videos. You suffer for that, no one else. We are looked at in a certain way. We have to break that. If you don't watch it, if you don't promote it, if you don't, I'm not telling you not to, I'm not trying to control anyone. I'm just explaining some of the issues so we can move forward. Now, wearing that badge of honor of single motherhood, I feel as if there's a lot of single mothers that do what they can, and they do everything to the best of their abilities. And I am so proud of that, and I commend you for that. But you have to understand, and you have to teach your kids, if you are a single mother or a single father, because they do exist, if you have to understand, and you have to teach and educate your kids the importance of the family structure. The family structure. The man, the woman, and then the marriage, and then the kids. Not the other way around. So I wanted to break that down, and I wanted to explain that. I hope that you receive this message in love, and know that everything that I have said and explained is only to uplift and enhance the betterment of our communities, of our sisters, of our brothers, and the generation behind them. And I ask that if you would like to be a part of reform and progress, as I said, there's no fee to join, only that you're serious in being proactive and promoting unity and promoting us getting this done right now. We know the solutions, and there's various solutions. It's not just one, it's various. We know the solutions. Let's get up now and do it. Let's not wait 5 years from now, 10 years from now. We have to do this for the generation behind us and the generation behind them. We have to take a stance. Unify and sacrifice. Reform and progress. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a great day at your jobs or wherever you may be listening. And thank you.